Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, I am doing a 333 reading. We are doing 3 cards from one tarot deck in each pull, and we're choosing from 3 groups, hence the 333. So the purpose and intention of this reading is to help you tap into what is expanding in your life and to be a divine download to help those things expand. So go ahead and choose group number 1, group number 2, or group number 3, one of these lovely snapdragons, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel before, my name is Krista and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, I am doing a 333 reading. We are pulling 3 tarot cards. We're choosing from 3 groups, hence 333. 3 is a number of expansion, so the question we're answering in this 3-card pull is what is expanding in your life? And my intention for this reading is to be a download that helps to shift your energy to help those things expand. And I will say something, the planet of Jupiter is coming to my mind. Jupiter is a planet of expansion, and there is a street nearby named Jupiter Lane, and weirdly, there have been 3 instances in the past couple of days where that street sign has really spoken to me, and it's just coming to me right now. So maybe Jupiter, you could look at where Jupiter is in your chart. I'm not huge on, I don't understand astrology completely, but there could be something going on with Jupiter in your chart. Just wanted to mention that right off the bat. And in the next 3 months is coming through Jupiter, and the next 3 months. Just check that out in your chart. What's going on with Jupiter? How's it influencing you? Something's expanding, and Jupiter wants to help that expand. So you chose group number 1 with the beautiful garden snapdragon. It's this beautiful pink, orange, and yellow. I have never used snapdragons in my reading, so I'm kind of excited for a new flower. Snapdragons are symbolic of strength, persistence, and grace under pressure. And I'm actually going to do a channeled message from this snapdragon. So let's see what she has to say to you. All right, snapdragon, what do you have to say to group number 1? You have no idea what's in store for you. Amazing things are coming. Trust me. Please don't give up hope. Don't give up faith in what you're building, what you're walking towards, the life that you want, the dreams that you have. No matter how big your fears are, your dreams are even bigger. Your gumption and your will are even bigger. So please do not worry that these things won't come to pass. They will. And when you find yourself in places of sorrow or places of worry, fear that you are going down the wrong path or you're taking the wrong steps or you're messing something up, please remember that you can't mess it up. You absolutely can't mess it up. The divine has their hand all over your situation. Love and grace is all over your situation, and all you have to do is stay aligned with your hope and with your faith and let the divine do the rest. Take small steps that are feasible along the way, that are aligned, that are faith-filled, that are loving, that are kind, and one day you'll find yourself exactly where you've always known you were meant to be. Please continue this journey, walk in faith, and trust that the divine is orchestrating things beyond what you could possibly comprehend, and you have more divine support than you realize. All right. Thank you, Snapdragon. Very powerful, faith-filled message coming from this lovely guy here. And let's put him right over here, and let's pull your 3 tarot cards. I'm using the Star Maiden Tarot today, and you have Wow, you have the Queen of Pentacles. So money could be expanding in your life. And for some reason, the 3-month period keeps coming and ringing in my head in this reading. I don't know if this is going to be a theme throughout all 3 readings, considering this is a 3-3-3 reading. But yeah, 3 months. In the next 3 months, some big shift is possible for you. And something I believe with divine timing and with timelines and possibilities, there's a huge shift available to you within the next 3 months. And if you miss this shift, or if something, like if you decide you're not ready, if something in your energy holds you back, that's okay, because this is your destiny we're talking about. This is a timeline that's meant to occur for you no matter how long it takes. But I'm here to tell you now that you have a grand opportunity to align to your divine destiny and for a big shift to occur in the material world for this to unfold. And if you choose it, all you have to do is fully embody your faith, stay aligned, take steps that are in alignment with your soul, and don't allow yourself to be swayed or pulled off course. Don't allow yourself to take actions based out of fear. Don't allow yourself to take actions based out of scarcity or control. Stay aligned with your faith and take your movements moving forward. Make them from a place of faith and centeredness with your soul and with what you know to be true and with your vision, the vision you hold, the vision you've been given. Stay aligned and take steps from that place. And surely, if you do that, this shift will occur for you. We have, oh my God, we have the King of Pentacles. There could be a divine union that's wanting to take place, or it could be a divine union of the feminine and masculine within when it pertains to the way in which you are manifesting wealth and abundance, manifesting security, manifesting overflow. We, last but not least, have wow. This is a beautiful reading. I'm so excited. We have the World. So we have the King and Queen of Pentacles and the World card. That is amazing. So the World can be about abundance. It's a card about something coming to fruition for you, something coming to completion, the completion of a project. There's a really strong overflow feeling. There's a powerful manifestation energy coming in. The message that came through the flower used the words will and gumption. And I believe there's something here for you when it comes to your manifestation power, your will, your gumption to assert what it is you are creating in this world. Asserting it through love, asserting it through surrender, humility, asserting it through divine knowledge, just the knowing that this is something that's meant to come to pass. There's something about you wielding your power to create something on the planet. I feel my solar plexus activating. You are so powerful, and you can shift and manifest. Oh, the message is you're entering into a new level of a recognition of your ability to shift and manifest things on the physical plane. So your power to manifest in the physical world, starting with spirit. So this is, we can always do manifestation techniques. We can always align with abundance energetically. But when it comes to instant manifestation in the physical world, that's another level of power activation. That's another level of self-growth, self-recognition, the recognition of one's own power. and self-trust, because it takes self-trust to embody true manifestation power in the material world. Because if you are in some way manipulating the material world to kind of bow down to your wishes in a way, even saying that, I can feel the triggers going off of like, that doesn't feel right. But when you're surrendered, we used the word surrender and humility earlier. When you're surrendered and when you walk in humility with love and be surrendered to the divine plan, be surrendered to love itself and allowing love to work through you, and knowing that what you're doing in the world is shifting the world and changing the world for the better. You're making waves, but you're making positive waves. And that's what you came here to do. So I see you getting over any fears around that. I see you getting over any fears around presence, impact, how you affect other people, how you affect the world. I see you releasing fears around that. And there is a natural reception that's coming in. Most of this energy feels like output, but there has to be a giving and a receiving when it comes to manifestation and creation. And the natural effect of you embodying this manifestation power is because what I'm seeing is you putting love into the world through this manifestation power. But there's something here. What's going on with the reception? Because I almost feel like a block. Like you're meant to receive in return. You're meant to receive, like, this is interesting. So I'm seeing a dichotomy between what you're creating for the world and what you're giving to the world and how you're changing the world. And then there's how you're allowing your own life to be changed in return. And there's a little bit of blockage around that. So this is interesting because I've committed to only pulling 3 cards. So I'm going to have to pull my answer from these 3 cards. The animals we have here, we have I want to call that a bull or a ram. I think it's a bull. And then we have a rabbit. Those are the 2 animals we have. Rabbits are about procreation. And, we do have the king and queen, and that's about output, input, receiving, giving. There's a balance here. But as I'm speaking, it just feels like there's some sort of block, and I have a message for that block. Okay. So when receiving from the world around you, in return for what you do for the world, what needs to happen is a shift in who you believe to be the one or ones giving to you. And you need to recognize that the divine is working through other people to give to you. And that it is natural and good that this be so, that this be reality, that this be true. God wants to work in your life through other people. And there's a block because there's a guilt factor of receiving from other people. There's a need to recognize the value of what you're putting out there and recognizing that it's equal to or greater than the value of what you're receiving. Just because it doesn't look like, for instance, if you're receiving money for something you're giving, like a service or something you're making, there's there's a mutual recognition of the value happening within that exchange, the value of what you're giving. There's a need on the other end of what you're giving. And there just needs to be a reconciling there. And this could take a little shadow work. This could take a little journaling. There's a feeling of questioning yourself. Okay, where am I uncomfortable around receiving? Why does it feel uncomfortable? What am I believing in this place? And how can I shift this and feel good about this? And I think this is a personal journey because you're so ready to receive. And I think there are just some tweaks and some shifts in your mindset on how this is going to feel right for you. And I think it has something to do with recognizing that this is God's will, this is the divine's will, and somehow aligning that within your being and also putting value on what you're giving. So yeah, there's some work still to be done there, and just keep that in mind. Do not shy away from that work and that questioning and that musing about within your being to shift those energies, because you can shift them and it can make sense, and it will make sense, and it will feel right, and it will make sense. That keeps coming through. Like maybe there's something in your mind that needs shifted, like a belief system around it, or there's something there. So that's my advice moving forward, is to, when those discomforts come up around receiving, or disbeliefs come around it, to venture into that and figure out why. And also hold on to faith that can truly be shifted, and you can move forward without that baggage and without that block, so that this abundance that is like just waiting to flow into your world can flow into your world. You've got this. Your abundant spirit is so much more powerful than your doubts or than your blocks. The divine is so much more powerful than your doubts and your blocks. And this is something that's inevitable for you to exist in, this balance, giving and receiving, and this overflow of abundance. And I think this work that you're being called to do around shifting the belief sets is going to bring a completion to an old cycle of scarcity that no longer serves you. That's what this world card is about. You have again, with the 3 months, in the next 3 months, you have a powerful opportunity to truly internally and externally shift your world in terms of your finances. So be aligned with both. Keep taking those inspired action steps and keep doing the internal work. And I promise you, things will shift. So, alrighty, this was your reading, group number 1. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor to channel these messages for you. If you'd like to see different ways that I can support you, you can listen to my outro. I have a Patreon, I have merch. It's all detailed in the outro. I hope you stay and listen to that, or I hope I see you in another reading. Thank you so much. Bye. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick a flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so, as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions. Check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, we are doing a 333 reading. So the prompt here is, what is expanding in your life? The reason I chose this prompt is because 3 is a number that symbolizes expansion. And I am only pulling 3 cards from a tarot deck, and we're doing 3 groups. 3 is the vibe here today. So you chose group number 2, this lovely Snapdragon, and we are going to do a channeled message from the Snapdragon. So buckle up. Here we go. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, the Snapdragon is symbolic of strength, persistence, and grace under pressure. Lovely Snapdragon, what do you have to say to group number 2? You've got this. You're solid. You're rooted. You've planted your seeds and you've tended to them so beautifully, so effortlessly, so lovingly. You can't miss what you're shooting for. You've been so clear all along. You've been aligned to your vision all along. All is well on your journey to your dreams come true. You've never misstepped. Every detour was purposeful and necessary. Your love for your vision has carried you through. And soon you will reap the benefits from all that you've sown into the landscape of your soul, in your world. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being who you are, creating what you've created, walking in love and authenticity and truth. You are so needed on this planet in the truest, most simple essence of who you are. You give people peace. You give the world a sense of comfort and knowing that everything's going to be okay, and that is priceless. We need your voice. We need your love. We need your presence. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being you. We love you. All right, beautiful. It felt like a weird mixture between a message from the flower, a message from your spirit guides, and a message from those who love you. So take it as it resonates, but I'm going to put your lovely Snapdragon right up here, and we're going to go ahead and pull your 3 cards. So I'm using the Star Maiden Tarot today, and your 3 cards are the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, interesting, and the Hanged Man. So when I was channeling the message from the flower, in the middle of it, I just felt this, like I can settle in your presence. I feel safe in your presence. I feel like I can breathe in your presence. I feel like I can be myself in your presence. And that is such a priceless thing. You have a quality about you that makes people feel settled. And we need people, like, you don't have to do anything to express this quality. It's just natural to your tone, like the tone of who you are. It's calm and beautiful and loving, and this feels like, for me, it feels like what I would think feeling like being around soul family would feel like, where you just, your heart feels like it can rest. So that's the energy that's coming through. And I believe this is a quality that you have, but I also believe that you're walking towards a relationship or relationships that make you feel this way, that make you feel settled and like you can sink into their presence and be yourself, and you're completely and fully and lovingly accepted in all of who you are in their presence. So take that as it resonates. We do have some rough cards here. We've got the Eight of Swords, which is a card about feeling trapped in your circumstances. We have the Nine of Swords, which is a card about fears and nightmares and being kept awake at night. And then we have the Hanged Man, which isn't necessarily a rough card, but it is a card about the sacred pause, pausing, standstills. So if you've been feeling like you've been in a standstill, there's a profound purpose to it. If you've been experiencing energies similar to like this Eight of Swords, feeling stuck or trapped, or with the fears, feeling worrisome about where you're going, there's reason for this space. My assumption in this moment is that it's for healing. Again, that word sacred pause is coming through. You could be being called into a sacred pause, a realignment. Okay, so what I'm seeing is someone walking forward, kind of charging forward, and then all of a sudden an external circumstance or force like halting them from progress or from forward movement. And then that spinning them into a spiral of, why can't I move forward? Why do I feel stuck? Why do I always land in this place? And it's because there's a part of you that you're meant to take with you on the journey that you need to reconcile with. A soul retrieval, if you will. There's a part of you that's been holding you back because you were about to leave them behind. And so you staying in this sacred pause is intentional. This amazing, beautiful, divine part of you, it could be part of your inner child. You're on a journey of holistic manifestation. And because of that, and because your higher self chose a holistic manifestation mode, at some points you can't just plow forward in one area without all of the other areas of what you're creating and walking towards in your life being accounted for, being touched on, being honored. There's something here when it comes to your relationships and what you want out of your connections. A part of you that is demanding that part of your world be just as important as your ambitions, your goals, your plans, your purpose, your connection to, like, I'm seeing like an intimate circle of people, or a connection with the partner, or a family, like the creation of a family, close, intimate friendships, and that part of your world needing more nurtured and needing to have a stronger say in the trajectory of where you're going, the speed of like with which that you're going there, and the balance of it all. There's a part of you that has so much to say to you, and this part of you exists in your heart. I'm feeling it in the back left side of my heart where this like message wants to come through. And I think you've been stuffing it down and stuffing it back, and there's a voice that wants to come through and speak to you and remind you of who you are. Feel as though you've forgotten some elements of who you are and what you want. And the reason you keep getting hung up, and it's not even like you keep thinking an outside forces or outside circumstances are holding you back, but it's strangely just you. And it's a part of you that wants the best for you, and it's a part of you that is looking out for you. Because there could be a risk if you moved forward without this part of yourself that you would get there and be unfulfilled. So my advice in this reading is to meditate on this part of yourself. Listen to this part of yourself. Journal out maybe what they would say to you, that they are saying to you. You could even do it in a way that, I'm going to venture to guess that this part of me would say this. It feels very childlike or like innocent. It feels like preteen, like child vibes for some reason. Just a part of you that has dreams that are beyond just like any worldly dreams. It's like family dreams, and they have so much, it's like they could overflow and spew out so much, like heartfelt. Spew out might not be but it just feels like a lot wants to overflow. So listen to that part of your heart. Open up and honor that part of yourself and recognize the value of that part of yourself. And I think you'll be surprised by the message that comes through. And of course, welcome that part of yourself into your heart and onto your journey. Ask that part of yourself what it is that they want moving forward and how they want to play a part in your life. And honor it. Allow that part of you to help you make decisions. And I'm getting a feeling like if you reincorporate this part of yourself into your being, this is straight up soul retrieval. If you reincorporate this part of yourself into your being, you'll feel more alive, and you'll want to make different decisions because this part of you is you. It's not separate from you. It is you. And you'll feel more whole, and you'll feel more hopeful for your relationships in your life and in your home life, your family life, your friend life, your connections and the way you relate to people. Like you'll feel more hopeful in that area and more optimistic and more connected and plugged in and in flow. So just make sure you're listening. That's where your fears are coming from. That's where your blocks are coming from. And if you want to move forward in this other area of your life, this is it. This is the way. And it may seem counterintuitive, but it's not, because this is your decision, is to manifest in this way and to walk forward in your life in this way, and making sure that no part of you is left behind. You made this decision long ago, and you're just honoring that decision. That's where these fears are coming from. So this is a sacred pause that there's it's a recollection, a reconnection, a retrieval, an emergence, like a re-emergence of a part of you that is ready to be seen. So, all right. This was beautiful group. Oh, and I love that you're group number 2. 2 is a number of unity. So that's perfect. All right, group number 2. Thank you so much for being here. I am honored by your presence. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply, I have a Patreon. If you stay and listen to my outro, you can see a little bit more, hear a little bit more about all the ways I can support you. So thank you so much for being here. Bye. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick-a-flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved. Hello, lovely human. Welcome to the Little Flower. If you haven't been to my channel, my name is Krista, and I use the presence and essence of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. So for today's reading, we are doing a 3-3-3 reading. So I'm picking 3 cards from one tarot deck, choosing from 3 groups, and that's it, the 3-3-3. And we are asking the question, what is expanding in your life? 3 is a number of expansion. So we are tapping into Jupiter energy. What is growing? How is the divine helping that to grow? 3 is also a number of harmony and balance. So there's an energy of things expanding, but things not being overwhelming or not expanding in a way that's not digestible and not balanced and stable. Things are growing in your life in an exponential way, but you can handle it, kind of thing. You're ready for it. So you chose group number 3. That's amazing. You really are the 3-3-3 group. And you chose this lovely Snapdragon, and we will do the symbolism for the Snapdragon is strength, persistence, and grace under pressure. I don't know what is going on with me, but in your group, the energy is so weird. I keep talking and then all of a sudden like blanking out and pausing, and like there's no continuity. It's just like da 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 da, like it's that kind of energy. I've never had this happen before. It feels like a glitch. It feels like something's glitching out. So if you've had like weird occurrences, or if your world's been feeling a little topsy-turvy, or if things don't feel like they have a continuity to them, I'm seeing this be like a timeline shifting kind of energy where it feels like that because it's like a glitch in the matrix, like things are glitching out before you jump onto the new timeline. So it just feels a little bit like in and out, if that makes sense. So yeah, if you're feeling that energy of like being on a new timeline, but then all of a sudden glitching back to the old and then being back on, if it feels a little erratic, I just want to put your mind and heart at ease that is part of the shift and change and expansion that you're going through. So let's go ahead and get into, so the Snapdragon. You chose the Snapdragon, and did I say it symbolizes strength, persistence, and grace under pressure? Anyway, maybe you're just embodying this grace under pressure, right? Like I think prayer would be really good for you right now, because I could see how this energy could be very confusing. So I think surrendering to the divine, surrendering to what you do know to be true, surrendering to things that ground you and make you feel safe and make you feel like yourself. I think that's really important for you right now. The Snapdragon we're going to channel a message from the Snapdragon now. Let's see what she has to say to you. So Snapdragon, what do you have to say to group number 3? All is well. All is well, all is well, all is well. It is exactly as it's meant to be. Don't throw in the towel. Don't give up just before the new horizon, just before the crack of sunlight bursts over the horizon. Newness, freshness, a breakthrough is on its way to you. Things are changing, things are shifting. And before you know it, you'll be in your new world, and it will feel like it happened in the blink of an eye. While it's happening, you won't really know it's happening. But once you've landed there, you'll look back and you'll see all the signs. Trust in where you're going. Trust that you're being carried into a new world, into a new reality. You're bringing with you what does serve you. And what's being left behind was never real in the first place. You're carrying your love, and you're leaving behind, it's a feeling of that was never real. What wasn't real is gone. And what is true is now and here. Trust, trust, trust. You are right where you're meant to be. All right, lovely, lovely, lovely. Thank you, Snapdragon. We'll put this right over here. I'm going to pull your 3 cards from the Star Maiden Tarot. And your first one, ooh, I like this. 4 of Swords. That's a card of rest, taking a break. And I like, there's a little like knight guy. He has armor on and he's taking a rest. He's put his sword down and he's chilling. He's done his job. He's fought his battle and he has succeeded, and it is time to rest. I would say that's pretty accurate for the energy that's coming through. You've done all you can do, and this glitchy energy feels a little erratic, and I think right now you're meant to just find ways to ground yourself and find ways to pause, find ways to feel safe in where you're at, embrace where you're at, ground into your body. Look around you and know that you've made it, and stand in that truth because you have made it. And you're in the middle of the physical world catching up to your spirit and your soul, where they're on solid, steady ground, and the physical world's just being confusing right now, and it's just being a little probably overwhelming or kind of up and down. And if you are taking your input from the physical world right now, it's going to throw you into a roller coaster. So what you're meant to do is just slowly and steady move forward in your life and stay grounded and find things to do in the material world that bring you just into your body. And again, it will be like this. You'll land in the new reality, and everything you'll look around you and you'll feel safe there, and everything will be as it should be. And your soul and your soul and your spirit will finally be aligned with the material. Well, the opposite of that. The material world will finally be aligned with your soul and spirit. You'll look around you, and instead of feeling dissonance, you will feel settled, and you will feel like, yes, all is well. All is exactly how it's meant to be. Whew. Your next card is Temperance. Yes. Temperance is about balance. It's about holding yourself back a little bit. It's about steadiness. And your final card is Strength. I think that makes sense as well. There can be a lot of frustration when you're on a journey and your soul is aligned with one thing and the physical world hasn't caught up to it. And there could be a lot of, like, if you're taking your cues from the physical world, you could get lost and spiral out because of the dissonance there. It's like cognitive dissonance. So say you've been manifesting something and creating something consistently for a while now, and you feel it, and like you're so rooted in what you're creating and what you know to be true for you. I mean, this is manifestation 101, right? You act as if something's already true. Well, you've done that. You've done that for so long that you're in the new reality in your soul and in your vibration and in your cells and in your belief structures. And so I could see how it would be frustrating when you look around you and the physical world isn't caught up to that. Sorry, I feel like I keep like repeating the same messaging for some reason, but maybe it just needs to land. This is where you exercise your faith through gentleness, through acceptance, through love, through kindness and devotion to, I heard, your craft, to your walk, to your faith, to your worthiness, to your truth. This is you walking in true acceptance of what is and complete immersion in what you know to be true in your faith. So it's a recognition of where you are in the transition of all of it, and the dissonance, like an acceptance of the dissonance, an acceptance of, it's almost like this final farewell. Like you can look around you and you can see what you're leaving behind because it's truly fading away. There's a beauty in this. It's kind of like death energy too, like rebirth, death, kind of that transitional energy, and that it's like an echo of what was. Like if you feel like you've been existing in an echo of what was, then know that it truly is just an echo. And if you can accept that, you can get yourself to a place where you actually honor it and you're grateful for it. Because without that last phase, without where you were, you wouldn't be able to walk into this beautiful new chapter. So I think that's what's been missing with this erratic, kind of like in and out energy and the dissonance that I was explaining. I think just that immersion in your faith of what's happening and just experiencing it for what it is, honoring your past, but staying immersed in your future and your faith while you're present. It's your present because it is. You already know it is. It's not your future anymore. That's probably the weird, like that's the freak out of it. It's like all of me knows this is true. I just don't physically see it yet. That could be really uncomfortable. Temperance is also a card of alchemy. That's also exactly where you're at right now. You're in a state of alchemy. We have the Four of Swords here being about rest and self-care. I think that's important during this time. If you think about it, you're in the cocoon and you're about to be the butterfly, and it's just letting this all kind of cook, like let what's happening in your life cook, and have acceptance around this transitional moment. That's all you need. Just acceptance that you're in it, and it will take as long as it needs to take. You can't rush the cocoon, you can't rush the caterpillar. You can't rush the butterfly. Literally, if you try to help a butterfly out of a cocoon, it won't have the strength in its wings to fly. So you have to have full acceptance of however long this part of the journey takes. and honor it. It's so beautiful. You're in such a beautiful transitional time. And as we mentioned, that crack of sunlight coming, that's you bursting out of the cocoon. It's you're here. It's starting to, I feel like you are in that part where you're starting to come out. And if you rush the process, it will kind of like cripple your experience moving forward. So yeah, complete acceptance of where you're at is called for now. And gentleness. Oh, like I love this. She's hugging the lion, and I think this is about you and your past, and hugging and being grateful for your past and honoring your past, and maybe even if you're leaving people behind, honoring them and sending them love, and or if you're leaving a place, or if you're leaving a way of being that didn't serve you, just honoring who you were in those places with those people, and loving that part of you so deeply, and making sure all of you is with you moving forward. You're not leaving any part of you behind. Yeah, this is that kind of final farewell, and you're just being reminded to honor it as such. Beautiful. Anything else? Let's see. I just feel called to sit with you in silence for a moment and just breathe and honor where you're at. I heard you can be in many places at once. You can both be on the bridge and in the new reality all at once. And you can honor that experience of being in both places at once. That doesn't mean you're not going to fully make it onto solid ground. All of you is going to make it there. But this bridge is just a valid part of your journey. You can't get to where you're going without the bridge. It's so honorable. And I think a part of you has cursed the bridge and it's time to honor it. Be grateful for it. Know that you needed it so you can move forward truly and fully. And so all of you will be on board moving forward. All right. Thank you so much, group number 3. This was a lovely reading. Again, my question was, what is expanding in your life? And same with group number 2. I didn't directly answer that question, but I think I just kind of said, what do you need to know for this expansion? It's kind of more that. But either way, I think this was the message you needed to hear. So, alrighty. Thank you so much, group number 3. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply, you can check out my Patreon. I have beautiful merch and just lots of other ways I can support you. You can listen to my outro to see and hear all about that. Thank you so much. Bye. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick-a-flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment. A sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.